Hello and welcome to the morning sports briefing on Tuesday, the 2nd of March. Hi, I'm Paul and I'll be your host this morning. In the news today, we'll cover off on the international cricket. It's Constellation Cup time in the netball. We'll also keep up to speed with how the A-League is going over in Australia and the NBA over in the USA. Sorry, I don't think I managed to quite mute there in time. Also bring you up to speed with those final rounds of the golf in the PGA, the European Tour, and the LPGA. We'll cover off on the skiing, and there's also some record in the tennis as well. So let's kick off with that news in the tennis, and congratulations to Novak Djokovic, who has equaled Roger Federer's record of 310 weeks, ranked as the world number one. He'll be breaking that mark next week. So congratulations to him. That's an amazing run of form, and to be at that level for that length of time. Let's cover off on that golf action then and wrap it all up. In the Puerto Rico Open, Tim Wilkinson had a good event for him, finishing down in tied 27th at 9 under par. The 10 shots behind Grace, who won the tournament at 19 under par there. Over in the European Tour, it was at the WGC Mexico Championship, and Morikawa won that one at 18 under par. But the performance of the weekend is definitely with the LPGA, where Lydia Ko had a great start to the year with a tied second place at 13 under par, 3 shots behind Korda, who won. So tied second place behind Korda, who won at 16 under par. But cracking tournament for Lydia Ko, and shows that she's in some fine form at the beginning of 2021, and we wish her the best for the rest of the season. I say it's promising things there for Lydia. Sticking in the States, and let's bounce over to the NBA and some key results from yesterday's 8 games. Includes the Bucks beating the Clippers 105-100 in that one. The Lakers beating the Warriors 117-91, and that was a big game for LeBron James, as it was his 1,300th game of NBA basketball. Wow, cracking, amazing number of games to play. That means that he's 23rd on the all-time list of games played, or tied 22nd on the all-time list of games played. Current Robert, he's the highest. He's played the most games of any current active player. Robert Parrish leads the way though on 1,611 games. So still another 300 odd games for LeBron James to catch up with Robert Parrish at the top there. So some ways to go, but wow. A lot of basketball in those legs for LeBron James. And I say he marked it with that win. That means in the table, the top 3 in the Eastern Conference are the 76ers ahead of the Nets and the Bucks, all very, very close. The 76ers were leading with 22 wins and 12 losses. The Nets 22 wins and 13 losses. So very, very close between those two, and the Bucks 21 wins and 13 losses. So just one couple of games between the 3 of them there. On the Western side, a bit of a bigger gap with the Jazz at the top on 27 wins and 7 losses. The Lakers 24 wins, 11 losses. Clippers 24 wins, 12 losses. So not quite so tight there as the Lakers and Clippers chase the Jazz. Today, another 7 games in the NBA, with the Pelicans taking on the Jazz. It's going to be a tough one there for Stephen Adams' team at 2 p.m. New Zealand time. Let's head over to the A-League in Australia. And no games yesterday, but there'll be 2 games today as Western Sydney Wanderers take on Melbourne City FC. and Perth Glory take on the table toppers Central Coast Mariners. So 2 games, and obviously we'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. with the morning sports briefing, bringing you those results and helping you start your day the best way up to speed with all of the important sports news. You can watch that live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, or you can catch the recording as a podcast as well on your phone. Moving on then to the cricket. And just one international game will be kicking off today, the first test between Afghanistan and Zimbabwe. The boys talked about it on Swinging from the Hip last night. You can obviously catch that recording of that show, either as video or as a podcast, as we've just mentioned. Moving on then to the netball, and the Constellation Cup will all take place down in Christchurch, or behind closed doors. The first of those games is today at 7:15 p.m. The second game is on Wednesday at 7:15 p.m. Then Saturday 4:15 p.m. and Sunday 3:15 p.m. So all of those 4 now will be held in Christchurch with no crowds, even for that one. We'll obviously keep you up to speed with how those games go. They are available on Sky Sport 3 and also delayed on Prime as well. In the rugby, and the Chiefs versus the Highlanders will be going ahead on Friday as planned. But the Crusaders Hurricanes game will be delayed until Sunday, with the hope of being able to have crowds at that game. Do join us this evening for the Driving Maul Show at 8 p.m. We'll go through all the hot topics in rugby, and clearly those hot topics will include refereeing decisions around tries for Wales versus England game, as well as we'll ultimately be looking at talking about Super Rugby and all the other key news items. So do join us at 8 p.m. for the Driving Maul Show. Over in skiing, and a massive congratulations to Alice Robinson, who got her best Super G result, finishing in the top 10, or getting 10th place. Considering she started as sort of in the 41st bib, which means that basically 41st seed. That was a great result for her. So congratulations to her on that one. Her preferred discipline is the giant slalom, not the Super G. That's the last Super G of the season. So great way to finish off her Super G season. Don't worry though, she'll be back in action on the 6th of March in the giant slalom at over in Europe. Other key action in the snow world, the free ride world tour stop on the 6th to 12th of March with Blake Marshall and Claire McGregor will be taking place. We also have the free ski and snowboard world championships with lots of Kiwi representation in that from the 13th to the 17th of March. So we'll look at trying to keep you up to speed with all of those results. The World Cup finals also will be taking place on the 21st of March. Alice Robinson is expected to qualify for that one. We have the free ski and the snowboard World Cup, with again plenty of representation from the Kiwis in that one, as well as various World Tour stops and World Cup finals in free ski, snowboarding, and free ride. So during March, so we'll try and keep you up to speed with all of those results and how our Kiwi competitors go in those. It's been a very good last couple of weeks for the Kiwis on snow in both the free ski, the alpine, and the snowboarding as well. So some good results hopefully coming up. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And do check out my latest video on the New Zealand Sports Radio Facebook page, where I have edited together my clips from the Waihi Bomb competition, where I came third in the over 18s special category So do go and check that out. It's proven to be very popular over on Facebook. And have a wonderful day, everybody.